All right, guys, can you hear me? Sorry about that. Yeah, I haven't restarted my computer in a while, and I had like 50 or 60 windows open, so I guess it was too much. Ran out of RAM, and the computer restarted. That's why all my windows were going blank. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So look, go back and watch the last live stream. If you guys didn't already watch the last one. Look, I just want to point out a few things, all right? Let me give you some support resistance levels to pay attention to. By the way, as I mentioned in the last live stream, lifetime is going away after today. If you want to get lifetime, contact me through the contact page. It's $2.99 to get access to altcoins, Bitcoin, stocks, and tutorials. After today, you have to pay monthly for each. At some point, I will bring it back, but it will be a while. But let me go ahead and show you. Notice that we dropped. Notice where on the Dow. Look where we found perfect support. This ring's been here for quite a while. We've been respecting this. I told you it's likely we could be topped out. We dropped down, found perfect support on this ring and pushed up. Just showing you Fib circles can give you support and resistance levels, just like not only Fib channel lines and trend lines. But we dropped down, found perfect support. But I do believe this vertical line right here on the Dow Jones is October 1st. I believe in October we're going to have a more substantial correction for the Dow Jones as well as the other markets. This chart here, this is the H1 chart. Again, guys, if you sign up, you get access to all of these charts. Yeah, I'll give you some price targets to Solana in just a sec. This is the H1 chart. And I told you this in that previous stream. I said this is going to be strong resistance. Notice we found support right here. The C1 chart actually nailed this. So always, if you're swing trading Bitcoin, have the H1 chart and the C1 chart open for smaller targets. But as I said, we bottomed here, right, on the 7th of September. We bottomed here on the 13th of September, and now this is resistance. And look where we're getting rejected. That is how you play the charts. This is the point you would potentially short. If it pushes above that, well, your next resistance is right here. But this is very strong resistance. We bottomed twice on this point. Now we're below it. We found support pushed up. So again, if you want a chance to short from 44,165, that would be a point to short. Let me see here. So that is one point to pay attention to. If we do push up, your next resistance to watch, 44,678, and then your next strongest resistance above is going to be right here at 45,800. That is the H1 chart. The C1 chart. Notice, and again, look where we found support, guys. We came down and found perfect support right here on this line. And this chart has, I mean, we've been playing this chart going way back. And I already had this marked off. This is where we bottomed last time. We found support, rode down this trend line, pushed back up as support. That is why we found support right here. So as I say, always look left, guys. Always look left. Look at a previous line, how it was respected. When you came down and you found support right here, this is where you would buy. And this was right here at 42,000. Let's see here, make this bigger so you can see it. Settings. Right here, 42,561. If you push up, a very strong resistance is going to be around 46,900 to potentially 47,112. It depends on when you make contact. That's when you have access to the charts. When you make contact, that's when you would short. So that covers these charts here for support and resistance levels. Your next strongest resistance level below is going to be down here around 38,000 to potentially, well, that's going to put us below this point, but it is possible. And still, I still believe what's going to happen is, you see we pushed up from the 21-week moving average, right? I still think what's going to happen, you know, we're going to push up a bit. They're going to liquidate longs and shorts on the way down, but I think ultimately we're going to continue down. And on the 23rd, we will be at this point. So this might be a point you want to long. 39,264 to potentially down here. This is very strong support. I've showed you this before. This is where we're above the support level. This goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin. Support, 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 support. We broke below it. I got bearish. I said as long as we're below this point, the next point I expect us to catch a bounce was down here. This is where everybody was giving me a lot of crap because I said if we drop, your likely point to catch a bounce is 22,400. I know that if we had continued down, we would have found support. This is where you buy to ride it back up. I said if that did not play out, the point you want to get bullish is if we get back above this line right here. This is where I bought. So I gave you both scenarios. If you get above 33,000, get bullish. But as long as we're below this line, stay bearish. So, you know, we didn't get to find out if we got a bounce here. But I gave you a point to buy. Had we dropped down, this is where you buy. If you get above this point, get bullish. So, just answering a lot of those trolls that they keep saying, hey, we didn't drop to your target. Well, it was a target if we dropped to where you buy. But either way, as I showed you, this has been very strong support, right? This is macro targets. So if we come down, a likely point too long from is 39,264 to potentially 37,824. I do think we're headed to that. I think we are going to break this 21 week. It's just a matter of time. And that's because I expect the stock market to have a major correction. It is possible that we come down, test this point, push back up. But when we cross this point in October, that's when I expect us to have a major correction with the stock market. I'm going to show you that chart one more time. And then I will load up Solana, maybe Ethereum, show you a few targets. Let me show you this chart real quick. Wow, look at the S&P. Hold on. All right, let me load this up here. This is crazy. And look where we came down and found perfect support right here, right on this trend line here. Perfect support. Why? Well, let's go back. You got to understand these fib channels are based off other fib channels. So while you did get resistance here, notice we came down, found perfect support. Notice where we opened, right below this ring. Look at this. This is showing you the power of these fib circles. This is blue one right here. It opened right here, or this is where it closed, right here at 44,427. Look where we opened, right below this ring. That's showing you how well we're respecting these fib circles. And then you have this ring out here. This could be a pivot point right here to potentially push back up or send us down. And I do teach you how to create these charts, guys. So if you access my tutorials, I show you how to create these charts from scratch. But I just think it's interesting that we opened right below this ring. Notice it was pushing us down right here. And then we opened right below it, which is absolutely crazy. The VIX, guys, see the VIX is pushing up. I expect the VIX to continue up this ring. I covered this in that previous video. If you want to go back and watch it, when I'm talking about the stock market crash, that is in the description of this video. I'm expecting the VIX to continue up. Every time we cross one of these blue rings, we push up. We push up. I'm expecting this to continue up. And this is what I was talking about the Dow Jones, guys. I told you, and you guys have been following me. Every time we hit a green ring, we get rejected. We get rejected. This one we had a COVID crash. Green ring rejected. So I'm expecting, even if we continue up, when we make contact in October, we are going to be coming down a lot more. Please keep in mind, the last time the Dow had a correction of around 36%, Bitcoin dropped about, I think it was 68%. So if we have a correction that comes down, it doesn't have to correct this much, but if we correct all the way down 40%, Bitcoin could crash as much as 80%. So just keep that in mind. We don't have to have a crash, but with what's going on with China right now, what's going on with Coinbase and IRS and this new stimulus package where they're going to actually start taxing crypto, guys, a lot of stuff is coming. I'm just saying, and you got this pandemic going on, you got supply shortages, chip shortages. A lot of stuff is happening, and this ring tells me this is the event. If there's a black swan event and it's going to happen, it's going to be in October. So pay attention to that month. If you are in crypto, when in October, if I'm swing trading, I'm gonna get the hell out. How low is a lot more? What are you referring to? What is a tax crypto to do taxes again? Yeah, so on my channel, if you go to About, I have my link there. So let me go to here. Hold on. So if you just go to my channel and click on About, you'll see that affiliate link for CryptoTrader.tax. It's right here. I'll post this in the chat right now, so if you guys want to sign up. And you can add any exchange to it. And you can figure out how much your gains are and how much your losses are. Remember, you can write off your losses as well. I think up to $3,000 or a certain amount. But I have my, I trust them. I have my my accounts, tied to them. I wouldn't share this with you if I didn't trust them. Can't see the price in the bottom line. What are you talking about? You talking about the Dow? Are you talking about Bitcoin? What are you talking about? Well, tough to be a bear in this market. Well, if we're in a bear market, you probably want to be a bear. And I'm telling you, I'm expecting a major correction for the stock market. And again, you can already see we haven't even made contact with this ring. I'm saying in October when we make contact, I'm expecting this to come down. It could be a small correction. We know every time we hit one of these rings, we correct at least 10 to 11%. Right here was about almost 10%. Right here was about 11%. So we could just have a correction of 11%, or it could be as bad as our COVID crash. And if that happens, we have two support levels. We have one down here. Oh, hold on, wrong one. We have a support level at, and this is for the Dow, by the way. We have a support level down here at 20,716, and then we have a support level down here at 13,492. And if we drop that much, that would be catastrophic for Bitcoin. That would be the worst case apocalyptic scenario where Bitcoin, you know, again, guys, if Bitcoin drops and you have access to my charts, load up a J1 chart. I have the 200 weekly moving average and the 300 weekly moving average. If things get really bad, that is where you buy. The 200 weekly is your first line of support. If that breaks, the 300 weekly is where you want to buy. That chart is the J1 chart on my website. So make sure you load that up if we start having a hell of a drop. Bitcoin can go up only after that. Well, that's correct. If the stock market's crashing, at least previously, we know the last time the stock market had a correction, this was our COVID crash right here. When this happened, Bitcoin crashed. I'm saying if we have a major correction here, Bitcoin's going to crash as well. And if we drop down this low, that could be really bad. Steve, isn't it possible we break and find support on green ring Dow Jones chart? You're asking if it's possible we push above this green ring? Well, if that happens, get bullish. Yeah, it is very possible. That's what happened previously. We hit it, and we finally pushed above it, right? And then it became support. We finally pushed above it, became support. This was our COVID crash. We found support on the ring. Yeah, it is possible. But with all the stuff that's going on in the world, all the stuff that's going on with China right now, it just seems likely if there's going to be a black swan event, it's going to be in October. Go back and watch that video where I talked about where I'm predicting the stock market crash in October. I explain it all in detail. I cover all of the charts. And this also helped me show why I believe that we were going to ride down this ring, which so far that's what we've been doing. So I think it's very possible we're going to continue down. And remember, they're going to send the price down, send the price up, liquidating longs and shorts. If you've been following me, you should have shorted 48,800. If you did, you're sitting in pretty profit right now. But I'm saying we come down, I still think we're headed to 39,264 by September 23rd. This might be the point you want to long. And if we do push up, all I'm saying is when you get to this point, no matter how high we go, in October, pay attention because I think that's when we have that major correction. And you don't have to believe it. Look, you go back and watch my previous calls. Watch my videos from the past month. And then just look what I was calling, what I was using to predict these moves. See how accurate they are. If you want to use a stop loss, use a stop loss. Well, I can just tell you we're going to make contact with that ring again on October 1st. That's when the next monthly candle opens. It might go sideways for 10 days. But I think in October, we're at that green ring, so that next monthly candle will be down. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. And again, sorry about that last video. It's crazy. I guess I need to restart my computer every once in a while. I had 50 windows open, and they kept going white, and I'd hit refresh. So should have known that was about to happen. But you can see we are getting rejected here. Remember, guys, this is very, very strong resistance, 44,196. If you get above that, get somewhat bullish if it can go a little bit higher. But again, I'm telling you, this is where we bottom. Look, right here on the 7th of September, right here on the 13th of September. We're below this now. This is now resistance, 44,196. If you get above that, get somewhat bullish. Play your support and resistance levels. But that is strong resistance. We are now below. Or that was strong support that is now resistance. And then your support levels are right here. If you have access to the chart, when you hit a line, you might want to buy. You push up to resistance, you take your profit. That's why I swing trade. I don't stay in Bitcoin. I do not hodl. I just swing trade. And you can see right here on the C1 chart, guys, we came down and hit it exactly. Let me move this back. We hit this to the tick, guys. That's what these charts are for. I take the time to chart these so you know exactly where to buy in. So the safe thing to do, I don't use leverage. I think it's risky as hell. So what I do is when we come down and find support here, I would buy here. When it pushes up, I set my stop loss about 0.5%. So if it crashes down, I don't lose anything, including my fees. You stay in, ride it up as high as you want. If it crashes down, no big deal. Then you try at your next support level below. I think, well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out if it's a major correction or if it's a small correction. If it's a small correction and it starts pushing back up and the dollar starts coming down, guys, get bullish on Bitcoin. Then it's possible, and I already gave you the targets. Look, if you're expecting us to go up, let's say that we have a small correction with the stock market. It's not a crash. And you want to know how high Bitcoin will go? Load up the E1 chart. E1 chart showed where we topped out last time. It's going to show where we top out again. Let me grab this chart real quick. And you know, I've got charts for Bitcoin dominance. The J1 chart has the 200 weekly and 300 weekly moving average. Let me just show you this as well. So look, if things get bad, this is what I'm saying right here. If this is what we're in right now, which is very possible, we could be, and this is how it's played out since the beginning of Bitcoin. This was 2000. This was December 2013, December 2014. This descending triangle, bearish pattern, drop. Right here. Same thing played out in 2017. Resistance, support, crash. And then it happened in 2014. We had a fake out. Resistance, support, drop below it. Had a fake out, drop. Where did we drop to? Right to the 300 week. Right here we drop to the 200 week. That's what I'm saying. If this is playing out the same way, right? We come down, we might find support. If we push up, I'm saying at this point, this is where I expect the stock market to have major correction. So if we break down from this, I'm saying pay attention wherever this 200 weekly moving average is. This would probably be around 19,000. This is where you buy. If it breaks, your next 0.2 watts is going to be the 300 week moving average. Again, this is where I'll be buying. If this holds, I buy here, set a stop. If it drops below it, I buy here. So have the J1 chart up. Yeah, again, today's the last day for Lifetime. I've got enough Lifetime subscribers, so if you want to take advantage of that, today is the last time. If you want to contact me through the contact page of the website, you can do that here. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay monthly separately for everything. But contact me through the contact page. I'll set you up a Lifetime, but no more Lifetime offered for quite a while. So again, J1 chart. These are the points you want to watch. The 200 weekly, 300 weekly. If things get bad, this is where you want to buy. And we know for a fact that we've been respecting this. This was back in August 31st, 2015. The 200 weekly was respected. This is where you would have bought in. When we had our crash back here in 2018, we found support on the 200 weekly. When we had our COVID crash, I'm saying the stock market came down, Bitcoin dropped twice as hard. Where do we find support? On the 300 weekly. That's why I'm saying pay attention to these two moving averages. This could potentially be the bottom to buy in. I was going to show you one other chart. Let me close that. If we push up, so let's say we don't get that big of a correction for the stock market and we start pushing back up, the chart you want to load up is the E1 chart. That is this chart right here. This is what I use to predict the top at 65K. And I'm telling you, if we do push up, I'm going to tell you right now, if we drop, we know that we have a support level. So if we break around 30K, we're going to have a substantial drop, but there's going to be bounces on the way. So if you come down and you make contact, wherever you make contact with this orange ring, you'll get a bounce. I guarantee it, because that's how it's played out. Every time we hit one of these rings, it gets respected. But if we push up, notice this is where we topped out. We topped out at this orange ring at 65K. So if we do push up, whenever you make contact with this orange ring is when you get the hell out. If we push up, let's say we come down. If you push up, this is where you get topped out, 108,000. If it's further out, you get topped out at 123. If it's out here, 148,000. But when you make contact with this ring, you get the hell out. Just like I said, when you make contact back here, get out. Ever since we made contact with that ring, we dropped a total of 55%. Hey, love you guys too. Just showing you what's in the charts, guys. I take the time to map this stuff out for you so you know what to expect. There's no guarantee we crash. But if we do crash, you know potentially where to buy to catch those bounces, all right? And I think it's very possible, like I said, we're going to move down this ring. Your first support level to watch is going to be right here. Right here around 39,264. And I covered this in the previous stream, guys. If you missed the previous stream, go back and watch it. I went into more detail about, you know, how I predicted this, why I think this is how it's playing out. And I gave you support and resistance levels. Let me load up Solana real quick. Somebody asked for some. And again, guys, I have a bunch of altcoin charts. So if you play altcoins, I've got Solana, Theta, Matic, Binance, BCH, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Stellar, Neo, Cardano, Chainlink, Tezos, BSV, Comp, VeChain, EOS, Polkadot, OMG. OMG needs to be updated, by the way. Wi-Fi, DeFi, and Libra needs to be updated. But all the other ones have been updated. I have stocks as well. But let me show you Solana. I'm going to load up 2 charts for Solana. So right now, let me show you Solana, all right? So let's look. Let's inspect this chart. And guys, this is what I'm trying to teach you, all right? I try to teach you how to play these charts. Yes, some people might see these charts and like, well, there's so much stuff on here. How the hell do you play it? Well, if you'll notice right here, look, we found support right here and pushed back up. This line, all of your price targets are mapped out. Notice we found support right here. This was at, again, this is Solana, guys. We found support right here at $135. This is where I told you guys to buy. Go look at the community section of my YouTube channel. I said this is where you buy. As soon as you cross this ring, this is a pivot. That we found support on the blue ring. Once you cross the orange ring, it pushes up. This is where you should have bought in with Solana to ride it up. And I said, watch the pink ring up here. It got rejected. We did a little fake out right up here, and then we started dropping. So look where we're finding resistance at right now. Right here. Why? Because this was previous support, now it's flipped as resistance, just like I told you with Bitcoin. That previous support is now resistance, so you should be short on Solana right now. How far do you short Solana? Well, we know we bottomed down here. You're expecting multiple fib channel lines in different directions. You can see how much support and resistance this has been going way back, right? So you know when you came down, this is a point you potentially would long. This is a point you short. So where would you short to potentially? Down here to $129. Your next strongest support level on this chart I have is right here. And you have this ring right here around 127. So I would probably short down to 129. Yeah, I'm not going to cover a bunch of altcoin charts, guys. I teach you how to play the charts. The charts are there. You can access them 24/7. If you have questions for me, you can contact me. You can leave a message in DM on Discord. When you sign up, you get access to our Discord, and you get access to my Twitter. If you do want to sign up, take advantage of the last day, again, for a lifetime, for quite a while, you can contact me here. If you just want to sign up for 1 month, you're welcome to do that as well. Subscribe link is right here. But again, lifetime, just for today, guys. That's it. But again, that's how you play the charts, guys. Just look left, see how lines are respected previously. That's how you know, since we found support here, we broke below it. That's your resistance, 145. Your next strongest support's down here around potentially 127. Yeah, I'll respond to all emails after this stream. But again, that is how you play the charts. And if you go back to the previous live stream before it crashed, I showed you how this chart played out, and it was pretty accurate. This is the other chart. Notice we found support right here. Why did we find support right here? You can see that this right here was a lot of support and resistance. So look what happened when we came down. Notice where we found support. This is on the 3 hour. Notice we found support right here on this fib channel line, but look where the meat of the candle is. Exactly above this support level here. That's how accurate these charts are. So what's going to happen? Well, I know this. We move down this white ring, resistance, support, resistance, 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 resistance. We crossed it, we got a pump. It's very possible if we continue sideways, when we cross this ring, we could get another pump. So again, they're not just for finding support and resistance, they're pivot points to know when you get a potential move, just like right here. Just like this orange ring There's so much on this chart. Just like this orange ring right here. We crossed it. You're at support. We're respecting the blue rings and respecting the orange ring. So this is your pivot to buy in. But again, I try to help you understand how to play the charts. I continue to do that. I would be short on Solana right now. And I do expect more downside for Bitcoin. And remember, guys, the reason I'm expecting more downside for Bitcoin is because I'm expecting the stock market to continue down, the dollar to continue to push up, and Bitcoin is a hedge against the US dollar. Yeah, people want Cosmos, Broxty. I remember your tweet about it. I thought you were talking about the actual Cosmos, not the altcoin. Yes, I will do Cosmos, Avalanche, some other top requested altcoin charts. But I wanted to get Solana up, so, and I want to make a couple charts. Plus, I want to do one for the S&P 500. But yeah, I'm going to start creating, just pick a couple charts, knock them out, add them to the website, since all the other charts are pretty much updated. Hi, Caesar, Curd. So guys, I have things I have to do today, so I actually have to run out and be somewhere around 3. I'll try to respond to some emails. And if I don't, listen guys, if I don't respond to your email right away, as long as you send me an email today, you qualify for lifetime. But again, if I receive an email tomorrow, it's too late. Lifetime is $2.99. You get access to everything. Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, Twitter, tutorials, and stocks. Otherwise, you have to pay monthly for Bitcoins, altcoins, separate for stocks, separate for tutorials. Lifetime gives you access to everything, makes you a gold member in Discord. Your choice if you want to take advantage of it. Guys, I hope you traded. I hope you listened to me over the past month. Again, I expect more downside. I do believe we're going to break the 21 weeks pretty soon. But whatever happens, whether we push up, remember in October, I'm expecting us to have a correction. So I'll keep you updated with videos on Twitter and in Discord. But in October, I think it's very possible we could have one hell of a correction. And if it does happen, you do not want to be in crypto. But guys, that's it. I'm out.